Good morning, traders. Get myself together here. So, my AUUD stream here, looking pretty frisky. Stream. Swing is what I meant to say, not stream. I'm getting there, man. It's early. But yeah, very nice move. Up to 742 so far. I'm up $200 on this bad boy. And it came out with more PR. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're going to see what happens with it. Now, VINO is going to be gapping up over the 200-day moving average. So, expect something out of VINO. You also got ORPH getting a rip here in pre-market. Little bull flag, little triangle there. But this first 30 minutes, I'm going to be deciding to lock out my swing at some point. And then after the first 30 minutes, I'm going to be looking for some trades. But let's look at the watch list, see what we got going on. MRIN looking frisky. GROMs, one of those low float IPOs, got a very nice uptrend. So that could be a possible play. I'm going to take runoff. I don't know why that's not even on the list. BTX, that still could be a play. That's another possible one. Let's see here. Got a little uptrend going on. GRPH. TKON. Another uptrend. Actually, no, it just cracked the uptrend. Keep it on watch though, still. This looks like it could be about ready to explode. Been going sideways, consolidating. Oh yeah, AUUD coming back up. Think we're going to get frisky at market open. Do a quick scan before the bell. Oh jeez, there's a bunch of volume in here. This is going to be another hot day. It looks like a lot of volume in pre-market on the NASDAQ. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. What am I doing? Oh no, there we go. Good morning, Shiva. Let's scan these NYSE stocks right quick. Or maybe not. Maybe they don't know what's going on there. Alright, anyway. Oh, let's see. We got a few minutes here, so let me run through those ones I just added. XELA, very nice move on this. Got the uptrend started. Robotic process automation for a large health insurance company. That's good PR. This could continue to rip. What do you mean the resistance point to buy at? You don't want to buy at resistance. You want to buy at support. Who told you to buy at resistance? You let me know and I'll go take a salmon and I'll slap them in the face with that salmon. Alright, let's see what's going on here. If I'm going to be locking this out or if I'm going to be holding it a little bit longer. But yeah, if you buy at resistance, so if you don't know support and resistance, all right, think of it as a floor and a ceiling. All right, your support is your floor, the resistance is your ceiling. There's three types of support and resistance. Natural support and resistance, which is psychological. Traders don't like to do complicated math, so every 25 cents is going to be some support or resistance. $1, $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, $2. It's a lot easier to figure out your math with your position sizes if you're at one of those even numbers. Well, I guess odd numbers, but every 25 cents. That's your natural support and resistance. The next one would be past chart history. So what does your past chart look like? Is there any places where multiple candles are hidden? If there is, like right through here, see, let's blow it up. Actually, we'll do it from here. So right across there, see, multiple candles hit that line, that is resistance. That is past chart resistance. We're looking at the past chart for areas that held up with a lot of buying or a lot of selling. Support lines are going to be a lot of buying, resistance lines are going to be a lot of selling. And then the third one is going to be your indicator support and resistance, and that is these EMAs. Let me find a better chart on the daily. Well, these charts are poop on the daily. There we go. No, that's so. Well, actually, better yet, I'll show you on the 5-minute. So these lines here are all EMAs. 20-day, 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. The longer the days, the more data. So it's going to be stronger support and resistance. But you can see where the stock bounced off that 20-day there, so that was some support. It cracked below it there, then bounced off the 50. The 50 held as support, the 20 held as a little bit of resistance, and then it broke out. And you see it come back down, bouncing off that 50-day support again. So you don't really want to be buying at resistance. Be buying on support. Like DGBI has pulled back here. 200-day, all these EMAs on the 1 minute are above it. So it's got to break through all of those. So 620 is probably some support if we look back here, because that's where that candle stopped at, and it is. So right across there, about that 625 area. Oh boy, that line is crooked as hell. So right there it is. 620. You can see it was resistance here, support here, support here, support here, and it's trying to hold us support again. So if you're looking for an entry, you'd want to see this support hold up and then get your entry. If you buy at the top of resistance, you're not going to have a good day most of the time, because you got to see it break out. See, what'd you do, Vino? Oh, Vino had a little gap down in the morning. Still opening above that 200-day, so I still expect Vino to make a move here soon. But yeah, I got videos in the day trading playlist you can go check out on support and resistance that explains it in very, very specific detail. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Oh, let's see. AUD is cracking out of this triangle, so I think I'm going to get out of it. But just holding above the downtrend. I'm not going to be greedy. me try a trailing stop here. About to submit. Alright, yeah, whatever. Yeah, got that trailing stop right below the trend line, so we're going to let AUUD do its thing. Hopefully it does what it's supposed to. XELA, this is coming up to this past resistance here. It's 245 area. This is why I'm going to wait things out, because this first 30 minutes I can already see that there's a lot of movement happening. But it is making a nice U shape. Good breakout. It's just a little too early for me to jump in something. MRIN, BSQR, ORPH. DGBI could be a possible play. Have to be on the 5-minute, not the 15-minute. So we got a downtrend right there. Yeah, that's where it is. That's the downtrend. So break a 675, it can start moving. Nothing there. PUN, RLS with a big sell-off. I'm going to take it off the list for now. JKS, this guy popping up again. Popped up $3 already. Very nice. RPH, having a little sell-off there. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. I gotta let everything chill out here for a minute. But I do want to keep an eye on this. This is that automatic. Yeah, this is that good PR one. Really, really good PR. Trailing stop's still in there, so it's working. And that's what I wanted to see. Pull back on this. Good. Pull back. Chill out a little bit. Relax. AMST. This is consumer discretionary stock. And I want nothing to do with it, though. It's below all EMAs. BSQR starting a little nice little double bottom there on BSQR. Starting to try to come back up. It's above all EMAs on the daily, but we're still a ways away from a crossover. There's a lot of buying coming into this. Let me take a shot here. See, where do we got some support? We got support at 227. Right across there. So my trailing stop was executed. Not sure why it was executed, but I'll take it. Locking in something. Probably about $200. But AUD, oh shit, of course, as soon as I turned my head. It's going to test 50. I'm going to jump in here real quick. See if it's going to break 50. 250. A lot of selling there, starting to get taken out. Boom. 255, where we got resistance at? We got room up to 3 if we can keep climbing. If it doesn't break 250, it's going to get rejected and have to consolidate again. Yeah, it looks like it may get rejected. Got 2 minutes on this candle to close. AUD starting to pop out of this triangle. 733. Go 30 shares on it, starting to make a red-green move. Try to take a day trade on this. Got 30 shares. Looks like it's going to try to break 8 here in a second. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. AUD almost up to 8. Oh, we're getting frisky all over the place. Frisky for days. Let's make some more money today. Let's go. And we're getting halted on AUD. Very nice. Very, very nice. So a swung trade AUD, made a couple $100, and now I just got back in it and I'm up on it again. Loving it. And now we got XELA trying to run. Trying to hold that 250. Got all the way up to 258. Beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. What a hot market. Gotta get this money while you can. Got stupid line off. Getting a little bit of a double top on the 5 minute here on XELA. Unless it can start pushing back up. Getting held up at 250 again. Oh yeah, I'm already in AUD. I'm already in it. I already sold it this morning as a swing trade. I'm already in it again. I'm all over AUD. I've been all over AUD for weeks. One Life, where you been? Been over on house channel with DB, and we've been making money over here all week. Feeling frisky. I'm talking trash already. Let's go. See if XELA gets this rip. It's trying. This is a perfect U shape. Very nice. Trying to hold up that 250. Give me just a second, guys. Alright, so we're getting a little indecision here. Not getting a big break on this U shape. Not yet, anyway. Look on the 1 minute. Gotta break this little downtrend on the 1 minute. Trying to hold pre-market high right now. Really want to see 250 hold, but we do have pre-market support. And it's cracking that too. I may end up adding this position if it can hold up. Yeah, it would have moved straight up to 825. MRIN selling off. Fast track designation on CNSP. It's at a good support area. All the EMAs below it. Oh. AUDY gapping up out of that. Let's go. Let's go. All the way up to 9. We're going to keep going. Yeah, we're going to keep going. You're probably about to blast through 9. And oh. Here it goes. Oh, starting to test that 9 real hard. Going to the 1 minute here. Okay. Just consolidating under 9 right now. Just need a buy and push. through 9. Indecision candle. If this candle starts pushing over 9, this is going to be off to the races. If it starts dropping down below the bottom of this, it's going to start pulling back. It is way up right now. It's pulling back. I'm hopping out. So $31 profit there. I will take it. XELA breaking the downtrend. Trying to climb its way back up. Yeah, 8. Yeah, exactly. Oh, hold on, my dogs are fighting. Hold on. Whoops, I didn't know what thing was. So, let me go back to it. So, the reason I got out there, indecision candle right here. And then the following candle, a selling candle. So, I just put that video out just last week about these indecision candles and the following candle. I call it the reverse Pac-Man, but the real name is engulfing candles. Very nice, One Life. Now, I would expect AUUD to pull back. Yeah, a little double top there. 29.72. That's not bad for spot price. That is not bad at all. So we almost have an engulfing candle here on the 5-minute on XELA. I'm still getting rejected right there. MRIN still selling off. ORPH selling off. DGBI starting to come up. Getting ready to test in this downtrend. I don't even know if I have enough to get in this, but I'm going to try. Going. Oh, no, I don't have enough. Alright, so I got 10 shares of that. Let's see if I can keep ribbing. XELA may be making a cup and handle. We got the U shape. It looks like it's starting to try to make a handle. DGBI still fighting with that downtrend. Starting to push a little bit. Oh, there it goes. See if we get over 7. If it breaks 7, it's got room up to 747. And we're trying. We're pushing here. Yeah, right through 7. Let's go. Let's go. Oh boy. Oh, we're getting halted on DBGI. Guys, I hope y'all are making money. This is like picking candy out of a candy shop or whatever the stupid saying is. Golly. 2 halts in a row. Man, the only thing I'm not doing good on is XELA, but I'm thinking. I'm just thinking. This may be a cup and handle pattern. AUUDY getting ready to possibly break 9. Do I dare? Do I dare go for more profits? Oof, I don't want to buy at this 9. I'm gonna wait. AUD is so high up, I don't want to buy it that high. But it does look like it's gonna try to break 9. See XELA. I'll buy it at 230. We don't want to cut them down too low. We want it to stay above this 20 day. There's some support right there at 227. So XELA, the only one that's not one to cooperate. That's okay. We're still looking okay there. What was that? Oh yeah. DGBI. Nice and halted. I don't know. I may take a shot on this here. Oops. If it starts breaking 9, I may look for the scalp. Okay, it's coming back down a little bit, so I'm gonna wait it out a little bit longer. Let's get this guy out of a halt first. Yeah, Elvis, the 29, 26. Silver keeps dropping. No, FOMO's not gonna get me. I just know AUD can break. Oh, see right there. I knew it. I knew it could break that 9. I don't know how much further it's gonna push, but that's all right. I'm good to go. Oh boy, I'm in the profit on Vino. Vino's starting to shoot up. Let's go. Let's go. Money everywhere. Let's make it rain today. Good Lord. This money, whew, it's too much. I'm up $30 so far on the Vino trade. Vino's starting to turn, or the swing. Vino swing. Vino's starting to get a little frisky here. Vino starts getting frisky. Oh boy. Oh boy. I've been waiting for that frisk. XCLA, don't you ruin my day. Come on, one more. You turn green too. I wanna go all green today on every single trade. Let's go green on every single trade, XLE. Don't let me down. I'll sing to you if I got to. Trying to hold that 225 support. I don't have V. Oh, there's Vino. Okay. Vino up to 685. Where did? Oh, there's XLE. I might have to get out of ELA. Oh, Digibyte's out. All right, let me see. Let's see if we're gonna keep running here or not. Or I'm gonna lock this out. Just gonna put stop loss right there at $6.99. $7 support needs to hold up, and we'll come back to that guy. Yeah, 7's holding up. CLA coming down a little bit more. See how much volume has Vino got so far. Vino's only got 600,000 volume at the moment, so it just needs buying volume to come back in. But see, I just got stopped out on something. I got stopped out on DGBI, so $1.80 profit there. Oh, of course, it dropped just low enough to stop me out. Well, alright, whatever. I'll take it. It's still a win. Not as epic as the other wins, but I will take it. MRIN could be a possible play soon, starting to curl up. Break of that 20-day on the 15-minute. Basically breaking $9, and MRIN could start running. Ooh, a lot of resistance though on the 5-minute. All these EMAs are right here, so it's going to need some big buying volume to really pop. BSQR coming back alive a little bit. Let's see, where's that downtrend at? Right at the downtrend. It's got to break that downtrend there. AUD coming back down. GGPI coming back down. GORM is one to keep on watch. Got a nice little triangle there. Could break up, could break to the upside. Ooh, GBR getting a little alive there. We may make this little cup and handle. What's the SPY doing? SPY pushing up. That's what I expected. Been pretty hot. As long as XELA can continue to hold that 225 support. See if we can break 250. We got room up to 283 and then 3. Pretty much 3. And then break a 3. If this happens to break $3, It's got low resistance at 330, and then after that, not a lot of resistance. It's got the world to run. But first step first, we got to break this 250. Now, the stop loss saved me. That could have been a lot more of a loss, but it saved me. So $1.80 is better than a red day trade. Is that one a fast track designation? It's not getting a lot of volume, but going sideways. If volume starts to come into it, it could start ripping. Or PH. XCLA is trying its hardest. If it drops below 220 though, that'll be it for this play. Because it's got to stay above 225 and start making this handle. You're in DGBI at 7. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. That's not a bad play. Got that. I think that's a fair play. It's trying to come back up. I'm gonna slow down here a little bit. I've already took what, two trades already, 3 trades already, and sold out on my swing trade. So finished 4 trades already, all in the green. I'm just gonna try to give XCLA a chance here to see if it's gonna make this nice, beautiful cup and handle. I got more funds. I'm also kind of wanting to let VINO do its thing. VINO is getting real close to exploding. See if I can add a little bit here. Whoops. Get out of here. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, got 10 more. Alright. It's got 110. I brought my average down a little bit, not much. My average is 245, right where that resistance line is at. MRIN, I say breaking 9, that could start running. Big rip. Big rip there. DGBI having little issues. PSQA QR maybe trying to break this downtrend. This is going to be a while if this is going to make this handle. It's got to start curling back up, but it may not. It could easily drop, so it's a little sketchy at the moment. There you go. Start holding at 225. Get back above the 20-day. Oh, I need to see where Bitcoin's at because I'm swinging Bitcoin right now. Overnight swing on Bitcoin. Just see if I can pull a little swingy swing off of it. Bitcoin getting held up at 36.43. Just so you guys can see here, I bought Bitcoin last night right below 35. It's up to 36.2. So I'm looking for it to push to 37. But just money all over the place. Got murdered on DGBI. Why didn't you lock it in? It had a quick pop. It wasn't that much of a pop, was it? Looked like it was starting to go. Uh-oh, we're getting the handle. We're starting to get the handle. Oh, boy. We gonna go again. Gonna get another win here. AUD holding up the 20-day. You got all the EMAs kind of close together. 767. Probably is about support. Something in there. 750. Alright. Now you don't know if this is going to be a cup and handle for sure. We're like halfway there. Got to see this continue to climb back to 250 to finish up this handle. Wonder what health insurance. Yeah, that's pretty big PR. The company's platform will automate claims processing and fulfillment services. This platform significantly reduces processing time and the overall responsiveness to members and providers. And they're working with, although they're not saying who the huge insurance company is. But that is pretty groundbreaking stuff there to Alright, Pino's just chilling out right now. But yeah, a lot of people's gonna lose their jobs because of that stuff. That XELA Eon automation platform. You're going to have secretaries doing all the, or people on computers or whatever doing all the insurance claims. So we shall see what'll happen with that, but had a lot of volume on XELA though. We had 132 million. MRIN getting held up at 10, but looking to possibly come back up and test. I'm gonna put a stop loss in there, and I'm gonna take a breather real quick. Yeah, because if it drops below those, the handle will be ruined. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, well, good thing I put that stop loss in before I walked away, but that handle not being able to form, getting held up at that 225 basically, and selling off now. I get a little bit of my profits back from AUD, but that's all right. MRIN, look at that, halted 1060. Big rip on MRIN. SPY is going sideways. Good morning, Nicholas. So, SPY is basically in this big triangle. If it breaks that downtrend line, it could start ripping. God, it's just rippers everywhere today. Hot week. Now, I'm going to watch XELA today and see what it does, because I may swing XELA. It's kind of doing the same thing that AYUD did when it started. Came out with some really, really good PR. Got a little pop, but selling off so far. But it depends on what it does today. Yeah, I'm the gap down, but it is above all EMAs. Although it's not, yeah, I don't know. It's not exactly the same as AUD was, because AUD, which just was an IPO, recent IPO too, so it is a big difference between those two. So I don't know. I keep an eye on XELA, but it may not do the same as some of these other plays. Marian out of that halt. Looks like it's going to break 11 here. Or at least try to. Alright, so let's go check out. Whoops. Whoopsies. I accidentally just closed my YouTube stream board. I don't know what's going on. If you guys are talking, you're going to have to give me a second. I got to get back in. Whoops. Just trying to break that 11. There we go. Okay, I'm back. So, Elvis, you still in here, buddy? You never hit me up either, man. Ask for my email. Never hit me up. I'm going to let everything settle down for a bit, because everything, well, let's see, what's BSQR doing? It's still okay. Yeah, everything having a little bit of a pullback at the moment. JKS still slowly climbing. A bunch of sell-offs here. PAOS. What? This is a random pump here on BLAS. This just popped from 340 to 443, but it is below all EMAs. It's going to come out at that 100-day, but we'll keep an eye on it. See Grom cracking down. Yeah, okay, so like everything is, the only thing running right at the moment is MRIN, and I'm not going to try to get in at that high. CERE. kind of curling over. Alright, yeah, so let's take a look, see here. Elvis was asking about silver. You look on the daily chart. Silver's just testing the 200 day in this triangle still. Just getting squeezed tighter and tighter. US, the oil is still climbing. So what's the dollar doing? On the dollar, back above the 200 day, but last time it did that, it was short-lived. See, gold sold off, trying to hold that 1750 area. Yeah, it's pretty much it with silver. Just getting squeezed right now in this triangle. Still consolidating. Silver and gold, precious metals, they're usually a lot slower movers than any stocks or anything, just because they take time. There's a huge market cap, so it takes a lot more. It's like instead of one of these low float stocks that rips crazy, silver is going to be like a very large cap stock with a super high float type of deal, although it doesn't have a float technically. But AUUD trying to hold up at 20 day. Could be another possible play there. We'll delete that drawing. XELA all the way down to the trend line. See, AUD might start running again here. What's that one? BAOS. Okay, so that's on the halt. It's got a double top. That's probably going to come back down. Nothing really there. AUUD looks like it's about to rip again. Got to break over 850. Let me look for another position here. Possibly. Yes, they are, Cool J. They are popping like crazy. Yeah, Vino's looking real good. Vino's been making nice consolidation now above the 200. As long as it closes above the 200 today, should be ready to go. But Vino is interesting because it does this little thing where it likes to pop randomly in the middle of the day. Going 20 shares here. I'm going to see, where did I get filled at on that? I got filled at 847. And I'm going to see if it's going to break 850. It may come back down one more time to 825. That's why I only went 20 because I may add if it doesn't break 850 here. Looks like it's attempting to. It's really trying, but getting held up at 850. Maybe. Pop into the 1 minute here. Why is it not the 1 minute? Show me the 1 minute. Why didn't you show me the 1 minute? What are you doing? Oh, whatever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. That's rough. I'm glad that you like the challenge. You're sticking around. Keep keep at it. You can be profitable as a day trader. You just gotta keep working and try to be consistent. But at least you survived it. But I'm assuming you must be out of work right now because of that, so you're looking for some other way to make money. The dollar dropping in July, yeah, probably, more than likely. But just like I was saying the other day, what was I saying the other day? Oh, yeah. An economic drop, like the dollar crashing, it's going to take time for it to happen. It's usually, it could be an overnight thing, but I'm starting to think, well, there's no way they can pull us out of the debt that we're currently in, that's for sure. There's no possible way. Okay. I'm going to add 20 here. There we go. So now what do I got? I'm in at 832. 40 shares. Yeah, the thing with antibiotic trials or any type of trials, it could end up not working. So you can trade the hype, but if you're holding solely on expecting that drug to work out, it could go either way. The drug might not work out at all. They may just be like, that like just because it's in the trials, the clinical trials, doesn't mean anything good or bad. It's just like, oh, okay, they're starting with a new drug. Phase 2B, so you want to see phase 2 positive results, but you're still going to have to see phase 3, and then you're also going to have to see, well, basically, if they come out with positive phase 3, that could get some hype. And then FDA approval would be the final step, and that would be where it would go real crazy. But we do see stocks on intraday get big hype on positive phase 3 a lot of times. It sounds good. It sounds good. Like, that's great. They're proven 100% to stop infection. That's good stuff. But like I said, you don't know what is going to happen. The trials could be going very good, and then they try it on a human, or maybe they're just starting to try on humans, and then a human dies, and then the trial goes all to hell. I've seen it happen before, so that's what I'm saying. Those type of plays, if you're looking at swinging them, you got to be a little careful, because they can turn around on you very, very quickly if something doesn't go right. So it's just kind of slowly climbing right now. Where's my drawing tools? Give me a drawing tool. Trying to make pretty doodles on my chart. I like to doodle. I like to dawdle and I like to doodle. There we go. Looking very nice there. Okay. So it just needs to break 850. They've tried in 40 humans fast track designation. That's a lot of good stuff. It sounds good. I'm not knocking the play. I'm just giving you forewarning that there's still a ways to go before that FDA approval, and anything could happen. So just be aware. Just be cautious with it. What was it? AXCP? I'll take a look at it here in a second. Let me see. Oh, this is one of those. Oh, okay. ACXP, I was going to say. This is a John Zadar special there. Okay, there we go. Not a John Zadar special. Where are you getting that news on this? I mean, it's pretty low right now anyway, so it's not in a bad spot. Yeah, I can see his IPO. Get out of here. Let's see. ACXP. I think I've had this on watch a couple of times, off and on. That ticker sounds real familiar. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the low is 560. Only 9 million in float. Yeah, this one to definitely keep on watch. It could get a pop just off of the low float IPO. Bottom of gold. I would say we're probably at it. Because it looks like, yeah, right here, right there where it's testing currently, 1750. There was resistance there, support there. Tried to hold up as support here, but was resistance. Then it broke back above, and now it's trying to hold as support again. Gold basically big in a big consolidation triangle, same as silver. If it drops any lower than that, 1700 would probably be the bottom. I don't see. I mean, the trend line on gold's all the way down at 1330, but with everything else going on with the crazy politics and crazy government and all of that, crazy Federal Reserve. We'll go read Federal Reserve PRs here in a minute after this trade. But the only difference this time with the market turmoil and gold and silver is cryptos are around. So if cryptos, and this is what I've been trying to figure out in my head, where's the money going to go if the US dollar crashes? Is it going to go into gold and silver like it normally does? Or is it going to go into cryptos this time? But we've seen the stock market drop and cryptos drop. Although this past week we saw the stock market keep going while cryptos drop, but now cryptos are coming up again. Gold and silver are down a little bit because the US dollar's up a little bit, but the US dollar, it's not strengthening the dollar. It's not real true strength. It's nonsense. Here's what we gotta do. Oh, hold on a second. I don't want to take a loss here. Let me make sure we ain't cracking out the bottom here all of a sudden, because AUD got rejected there. I don't want to give too much profits back. I already gave some profits back on that one play. I mean, if you're winning 3 out of 4 times, just keep the stop loss tied on, on your trades. You shouldn't be, like, if you won 3 out of 4 trades, the one loss shouldn't be a big enough loss to give all your profits back from the 3 trades. Gold on track for the worst. No. Let me pull it back up. Let me look at gold for a second. Let me look at gold in the long term. I'm going to look at it while I'm keeping an eye on this, because this could crack. It's trying to hold this 20-day, but it could crack. We got a nice triangle of consolidation trying to form under that 850. Let's see. I could add a little bit more here. No, I'm not going to add any more. I'm just going to go with that. So June. Yeah, I mean, looking at the overall chart on gold, I wouldn't consider it that bad of a June for gold. I mean, gold is down, but you look at the overall chart, right across there is that support, that 1750 area I was talking about needs to hold up. It was previous resistance, but it spiked to 1929, but it's not much lower than it was last year in June. Or was that even last year? No, that was the last. That was 2010, after the housing crash. So the last 10 years, this June it's been higher than all the other Junes for a decade. So, I mean, it may be performing worse on some type of percentage basis, but it's overall on the long picture, it's performing pretty well. So it's one of those things where you gotta kind of scale back and look at the big picture, because gold and silver are big picture plays. Why? What am I seeing, Nick? I don't know what you're you're telling me to. I mean, you're telling me to look at what exactly, like, what is your predictions, or what are you? I don't understand. It's a very vague statement. Look at silver chart next to interest rate chart, and you will see. Well, I see that silver's going bullish or bearish. Like, what's your? What exactly are you saying there? Oh, cool little dragon on Google. U.S. bond yields. All right, so here's our treasury. Now the 10-year is still at 1.49, and it's not dropped at all. We're having consistent bond yields, which are still high. All it takes is to get to 3. Now, see, here's the thing with gold and silver, though. Gold, yeah, there's absolutely a correlation between interest rates and silver. There's no doubt about that. I mean, there's the U.S. bond interest rates have correlation with everything: the stock market, the U.S. dollar, all of that, because the bond yields directly affect the government's debt and their ability to pay it back, and that is the problem. That's why it's different with silver, and the interest rates are holding now at that 1.5, but if they start coming up any more, then the inflation that the government's using to offset their debt will no longer be offset and will be balanced out by the interest rates, which is going to happen because at some point they're going to have to raise interest rates, and when they do, that's really going to it's going to drop the stock market for sure. Now, silver also correlates with the stock market traditionally, usually following the stock market. So if the market does crash, silver could drop. And it's done it before in the past multiple times. But after the drop, silver always shoots up. Gold, too, always shoots up quicker. Because for some reason in people's heads, they'll ride the market down a little ways until it starts to get real sketchy, and or even after it's like full blown sketchy and just dropping, and then they'll start slowly buying up silver and gold and precious metals. So I mean, gold and silver don't go bullish when the stock market crashes right away. They take a little time, but they rebound way quicker and hold up way better. They don't drop as much. Like, I think 2008, the housing market crash, stock market and all that crashed pretty hard, and gold only dipped like a 10 or 15%. So that was a big move for gold, but versus other assets like the stock market or anything else, it wasn't as big as a drop. Gold and silver are about reserving your wealth, not really big money makers, but silver has a whole other thing going on with it. There's a silver shortage out there because everybody is buying silver because it's cheap. Silver's been cheap. It's way cheaper than gold. Silver should be a lot closer to gold's price, but the corporations, the institutions, they use the short futures to keep silver down because they need silver in all types of electronics. So if they can't keep silver prices down, then they got to charge more for electronics, and nobody would be able to afford them, so they wouldn't be able to make any money. So that difference right there this time around is what could lead to silver jumping to very high prices because there is a shortage. The problem is right now, not all the whole big institutions and stuff are not quite buying it as much yet. They're still in the stock market because the stock market's going up. We're seeing good gains. But at some point, the market's going to crash. At some point, people will try to go into gold and silver, the majority. You know, some of us have been getting in it. I've been in silver. I've been buying silver for 2 years. But once that short futures, once it comes down to a bunch of demand on silver, those short futures are not going to be able to fill those contracts, and they're going to have to buy silver back from people to fulfill their contracts. And if everybody's holding physical silver and not giving it back, then they're going to have to pay a lot higher price for it. You could be right one life. I don't know how far the market's going to go down. Yeah, silver production is increasing, but so is demand. Now you have all these cryptocurrencies that have to be run on all these networks. The whole blockchain works on securing nodes, so you got to have hardware, and in that hardware, silver and gold. So the demand, plus we got the AI stuff coming up, or a bunch of AI stuff coming out. You're going to need, just because they're increasing production doesn't mean that it's going to meet the demand of silver out there. So, I mean, silver could go back down to $5. Who knows? But more than likely, that's not what is going to happen. Because the more we become digital, the more demand there's going to be for gold and silver. Like, just think of the electronics. You get a laptop nowadays, the last 2 years, you get rid of it and you go buy a new laptop. Population is growing, so more people are going to need laptops. They're going to need smartphones. All that has silver in it. So population growing, that means more demand. Digital world, more demand. We're going to have more demand for silver and gold than we've ever had. The only thing that concerns me is Elon Musk going to the moon and to Mars. It has already been stated that on the moon, there's tons of silver and gold in that core. So if they start mining in space and bringing it back, which is not that far away, it sounds like a sci-fi dream, but it's not actually that far away. that could cause problems because then that's a huge supply. The supply of silver and gold that's in the ground right now has been decreasing over the last 10 years. They are having to dig deeper, and the quality is not as good as it used to be. So as long as Elon doesn't get to Mars and start digging up silver and gold within the next couple of years, they should be all right. No. Population is not decreasing in the West. Maybe birth rates are decreasing, but in case you haven't looked at the border, we have a border crisis and we have tons of population that's trying to pour into the United States. So it's definitely not decreasing. Birth rates maybe, but not population. I mean, we've been backed up for immigration for I don't know how long. So I mean, there's people for 10 years, whatever, still waiting to get in the United States. We got a line to the door. Now this younger generation has not had babies quite as much, not like the baby boomers. But as my generation is settling down and the generation after mine is starting to settle down, they're going to start having babies. They're going to get older. They're going to see all the stuff that they believe in is actually a bunch of nonsense being fed to them by the government and corporations, and then they're going to settle down. They're going to be like, I'm not dealing with this crazy world we live in. They're going to start buying houses. We have a housing shortage right now, so there's no possible way that we could have a population decrease. Like, they literally just said that on the Spy this morning. Yeah, see, Fed barking there would be a very strong U.S. housing market for some time. Increased demand not diminishing soon. And that is true. The Fed is not lying on that one. The housing market has been nuts. And the supply of houses is very short. I mean, you can disagree with me, but I'm just pointing to all the facts. I'm showing you the facts. I could be wrong. I very easily could be wrong, but the fact is we have a housing shortage. Like, there's no doubt about it. There may not be housing shortages in California and New York because a bunch of people left there, but we do have a housing shortage. No, it's not my opinion that we have a housing shortage. It's not my opinion that silver and gold is in every electronics. It's not my opinion the corporations are using the futures to hold down the prices. Like, none of that is my opinion. That's all facts. I saw the BSQR post. I'm still waiting for AUD here to try to pop up. Where's BSQR? Oh yeah, BSQR breaking that downtrend. Very nice move so far from 455 up to 530. This could continue to run now that it's over that downtrend. XELA starting to come back a little bit. But Nicholas, that's not how debates work. If I give you a whole bunch of information, you can't come back and say that's your opinion and not have any data to counter everything I just said. If you can't counter everything I just said, then, going up, that's just your opinion. My opinion is I think that silver is going to explode at some point and the stock market is going to crash. All the stuff I said is what's backing my opinion. Here. We'll just go ahead and put this debate to an end here. This is the overall chart for silver. Silver is worth more today than silver's been on an uptrend. I mean, if you bought silver at $2 back in 1968 and you held it all the way to today, $2 to 28. It's been on an uptrend. Like, silver doesn't go down. Silver has big pops and then it sells off. But every time it has a big pop, it builds new support at a higher area every single time. So we got new support at $15. Silver will probably never get back under $15. And it's currently consolidating this flag under 30. So there's not an argument that silver doesn't go up. Silver's been going up for 60, 70 years. So in the short term, you might have, got bit by silver dropping or something and not be happy about it, but that's not what silver's about. You're not looking for quick gains. You're not day trading silver or in gold. Those are about preserving wealth. That is to keep your wealth safe for a very long time, because it constantly goes up. As long as inflation goes up, silver's going to go up. I mean, that's one fact. That's one fact. Silver does go down when interest rates go up. But that is one detail in a whole other list of details that I named. You can't just say interest rates are going up, because here's the next thing. The reason that silver has continued to go up in price over the last 70 years is because of inflation. So interest rates are supposed to keep inflation down. The government has printed way more money than they've ever printed. There's more money in the supply right now than there's ever been. So the value of the dollar is decreasing. It's not showing that on the chart right now in the short term, but in the last 30 years, or 40 or 50 years, the US dollar has decreased and is continuing on its downward spiral. So regardless of what happens short term with interest rates, the dollar is being devalued. It's going to cost more dollars to buy a piece of silver or gold. You're only looking at the gold and silver. You're looking at price. I'm not looking at price. I'm looking at value. Price doesn't matter. Price is simply a perception of what we put, a number that we put on stuff. Prices can be manipulated. We know this. It happens all the time. It happens in the stock market, pump and dumps. Prices of stocks can be manipulated, but that doesn't change the value of the stock. The value of the stock is going to be how much money it's making, what are they contributing to society that's going to be in the long run. That is the value. The price doesn't really matter as much. It's two different things. Price and value are two different things. So because we measure value with the US dollar, and the US dollar can be manipulated and can be a lot lower than what it's worth. Like $1 is not worth $1. $1's value is less than $1. We see that on the index chart. So it's going to take a lot more dollars to buy silver as inflation goes up. If inflation goes up to hyperinflation, we go up to 10 to 15% inflation, which means that you're no longer going to be able to buy that silver bar for $25 because the dollar is 10 to 15% lower value. Then it's going to take more of those dollars to buy that silver. So you'll no longer be able to buy it at 25. You're going to have to buy it at a 10 to 15% inflation rate, and that's going to drive the price up. You made a profit on silver, and you're you, if you made a profit on silver and you're telling me that silver goes down, what are you talking about? You, I made silver goes down. Silver goes down. It goes down. But I sold a bunch of. No, that it'll never come down to $10. Not it. It's not been to $10. Like you're way off on that. $15 is the new support line for silver. Inflation's not going to change tomorrow. In fact, inflation's only getting worse. But you sold into consolidation. You sold at 30, which was a resistance line. That's not a bad sell. I mean, if you got in, at this 15 area, but it hasn't been below $15 since. It's not been below $15 since before the 2008 housing market crash. It's only continued to rise, which is what I've been saying. The 2008 housing market crash was never fixed. The problems that happened were not fixed by the government. The Federal Reserve started doing QE, quantitative easing, printing money, and that's why as soon as they started doing QE to save the economy, silver skyrocketed because it took more dollars because they were devalued dollars from inflation from money printing to buy silver. The same thing's happening again. We've been doing quantitative easing. We got the drop right there in 2020, and we started doing even more quantitative easing because of COVID. So the price is going to continue to rise as long as the dollar is continue to go down. If you want to see the perfect correlation, there's silver, there's gold, and there's the dollar. So the dollar's been going down since 1986, at least, while silver and gold have been on an uptrend. So that's your correlation. The interest rates are not that big a deal. Like if you're only solely looking at that, then I mean you can't ignore the chart correlation. The dollar goes down, the price of silver and gold goes up. No, why would anybody want? It doesn't matter if the dollar's paying interest if the dollar's still worth less than a dollar. If you're getting into the dollar because it's paying interest and the dollar's less value than it was, then you're just getting interest on a lower amount of dollars. So you're not making more money. You're still losing money. That's why savings accounts are garbage. I'm going to have to lock this out here because this is starting to drop. AUD getting a little bearish. But no, QE is not raising interest rates or lowering interest rates. QE is the quantitative easing, the money printing. That's them putting money into the market. The raising interest rates comes after the QE. But it depends. It's one of the Fed's tools. Lower interest rates, right? They push lower interest rates down right now because everything has been all crazy and they're trying to save everything. But the reason they're doing that, this is what you got to understand. You're saying the facts, but you don't understand what's behind these facts. The reason they lower the interest rates is because they want inflation to run high. If interest rates are lower, their debt is less interest they have to pay back. So if they run inflation high, then they're paying back devalued dollars. So if they borrowed, for instance, this is a perfect example in simple terms. If the U.S. government borrowed $1 million in 2010, all right, interest rates have been running sideways. They're trying to pay the debt off, but they keep spending money. All right, but we're just going to focus on that $1 million. So now it's 2021. That $1 million they borrowed because inflation is way higher now than it was in in 2010, that $1 million is not, when they're paying back those devalued dollars, they're not paying back the $1 million they're borrowed. They're paying back devalued dollars, so it's not the same value of that 10 million in 2010 as it is in 2021. So they lower the interest rates to pay back those debts. Problem is, if inflation gets too high, they have to start raising interest rates because they can't let the inflation go into hyperinflation or will turn into Zimbabwe, Germany, Venezuela. So the interest rates in a healthy economy where we're not $30 trillion in debt being raised would be a good thing. But right now, because inflation can get out of control, and if they raise interest rates, that raising the interest rates that means they'll have to pay more interest back on the debt that they borrowed, which means they've got to pay more money than they originally borrowed. They don't want to do that. And that is the problem they're at right now, is they've got high inflation, they've got low interest rates, and they need to raise interest rates, but they can't. If they raise interest rates, the stock market drops. Then all kinds of money is going to flood out of everywhere. The U.S. bond yields, the treasuries, are what other countries borrow or what they take. They're basically IOUs for the money that they loan us. So we've got to pay that money back, and the higher interest rates are, the higher the more money we have to pay back. So it's a balance that they're trying to do, and this is the problem with Keynesian economics, is because it doesn't work. Value and supply and demand are not human principles. They're nature. They're laws of nature. So yeah. I don't get your last statement. When we run the money supply, we will never turn into Venezuela until someone tries to stop our money printing. That's not how it works at all. What thesis? What is your thesis? Tell me. You explain to me what your thesis is that's proven right. Yeah, silver's dropping short term. I said silver could drop short term. That's not. We're talking about your silver intraday easily could drop. Silver drops intraday all the time. That's not anything. The overall picture, silver doesn't continue to drop. The lowest silver will go is 15. It hasn't been lower than that, like I said, in a while. And silver's still in its consolidation. There's like right now on silver, there's not a guaranteed way of which way this is going to go yet. We are in a big triangle of consolidation. Silver's testing the bottom right now, but it's going to pop back up to 28 to the top of this trend line before it ever drops below this. So if it's going to drop, it's not going to drop right now. This is as low as it's going to get. It's testing the trend line. It'll bounce back up here, and it'll either break out or it'll come back down and drop. But a drop right here in one day, that's not a big deal. It dropped way back here that day. But it also ran, back here. This was $20 to $23 in a day. So your thesis is all short term. You're looking at it short term. I'm not looking at it short term. I'm looking at it long term, and that's where the difference is. What do you mean? Since the Feds haven't announced, they've not raised any interest rates that I'm aware of. They were talking about raising interest rates, but until they actually raise interest rates, all that is just market manipulation. People reading into what the Feds are saying. Let me put a stop loss in this, and then let me go over to the. Let me read what's going on today in case I missed something, because I haven't read the news today. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Minute. Ooh, I'm in a lot higher than I want to be. 768. I might want to take it. Let's see my drawing tab. So it should be a support line right across there, kinda. Yeah. And that 50 days is holding the support. And we're still climbing nicely. Alright, I'm just going to put a stop loss in for 765 for now. Oops. 765. Smart, stop. Okay. That is in there. Alright, so let's go read the SPY and see what's happening. Let's check some other things. XELA still slowly climbing, so that could be a possible play. MRN got all the way up there. BSQR kept running to about 529, getting hung up right here. This previous support and resistance. Everything else kind of dropping. Alright, so let's see what's going on the SPY. I don't care about consumer confidence. Yeah, they haven't started raising interest rates. There's no. They're not raising interest rates yet. See, the Fed said they would be ready to start tapering as soon as substantial further progress on employment has been met. So they haven't raised interest rates or slowed down anything. If they raised interest rates, the stock market would be crashing right now. That's their problem. Yeah, there's nothing about a raise in interest rates. Last week they were talking about raising interest rates. That's it. IFBD. Oh yeah, nice rip on this. What's going on with this? Oh, this is a recent IPO coming back above. This is one to keep on watch here. Right now it's a little too high though. Running at 200, it's probably going to pull back first before it rips anymore. Because it did just run. It just run about $1.50, right? So we're gonna be running in that 200. Could pop over, but that's pretty strong resistance. It's not been over 200 the whole time. But to end the whole silver debate, I mean, if your whole thesis is based off of what some investors did because of some rumor, that's really weak.
Now, One Life has a better argument. One Life's argument is a more solid argument for silver. And that's what I was saying was cryptos. If cryptos, which the younger generations like a lot more, they put their money in cryptos instead of gold and silver, but and only the old people put it in gold and silver, then yeah, we could see, um, which is kind of what we've been seeing. We've seen more money in the crypto markets than the gold and silver markets. But if cryptos crash, real estate crashes, the stock market crashes, and all those would happen if the dollar crashes, well, yeah, pretty much if the dollar crashes. Well, no, I'm not going to include real estate because there's nuances to real estate too. The housing shortage, inflation causing lumber prices to be higher. So this is the housing market I think is less likely to crash than anything. With high inflation, it's going to take a lot more dollars to buy a house, so house prices will be higher. But if all those crash, then investors will go into gold and silver. It's not the same. In 2012, we weren't 30 trillion in debt and have an administration that's trying to spend trillions on infrastructure and the new EV deals and all of this. Like 2012, they were trying to cut spending back. Besides, uh, the Fed's doing what they're doing. It's a whole different situation this time. And 2012 is a minor blip. 2008, like I said, the economy never was fixed. The problems were never fixed. So those problems have only gotten worse and worse. Exactly. One Life. One Life has got it. Silver's a slow growth play. Gold too. Exactly. It's not a get rich. It's you're not day trading silver and gold. Like, yeah, if they start to taper and silver drops, then it could drop, but in 10 years silver more than likely is going to be even higher price unless, like I said, Elon Musk starts going and mining on Mars. That could change the whole precious metal industry. But if they start tapering, the stock market will crash. The leading up leading up to that Fed announcements and the tapering, the market was already having a big pullback. If they would have come out and said they are tapering, the market would have dumped. So it doesn't matter, if it's silver, gold, or the market, they all could possibly dump. Exactly. That's what I was saying. It's long term. It's not. Yeah, MRIN still ripping. Nice little engulfing candle over that candle. Did I get stopped out on AUD? Oh no, I ain't got stopped out yet. Okay. It's still trying to hold up. Whoa, man, I got a bunch of trading view charts up. I'm gonna close some of these trading view charts. But there's a whole nother kind of getting a double top there. So on the 5 minute on MRIN, the crossover was back here. That breaking $9. That's what I was saying. Breaking $9 back here was the entry. You could try to continue to play this like right here off of the 20-day. That would have been a decent bounce, but it could have just easily cracked. But trying to get it right now is too high up, and you are forming a double top. The entry was back there originally where I had said at. At this point, you got to see it come back down to the 20-day, unless you're just going to try to pop in for a quick scalp. BSQR coming up to that previous resistance at 530, possibly could try to break out. XELA still slowly climbing. Yeah, CMRIN starting to pull back, getting rejected right there. Oh, it's Y with a little move. Oh, Grom decided to come back alive, actually. Is that one IPO, and it basically just bounced off this trend line. That trend line right there. Came down, tested a couple of times, and as soon as it started getting back up, started exploding. So plenty of runners. So this is definitely another one to keep on watch today. It's got to break 445, the high of the year, for it to really get going. If it breaks 445, though, it could start moving. IFBD still climbing. Yeah, this needs to come back down too. It's too high right now. Let's see. MRIN may be trying to hold. Looks like it's trying to hold 1275, maybe 1270. Yeah. So possibly you could take a scalp there. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I do think as long as they're printing money, it's going to be as long as they're printing and spending money, it's not a good thing. That's all I can say. The US, I keep hearing this argument, the US could never be Zimbabwe or Venezuela or anything like that, but that's just not accurate. The US is not too big to fall. And look at there. So bounce off of that support up to 350. Go all in on Dogecoin. Yeah, exactly. The Doge. Plus, I am so bullish on cryptos long term. They're going to change everything. There's a lot of mistrust in governments right now. Take the power away by taking the currency away. If the government can't control the currency, then what happens? What if the Federal Reserve, what if everybody starts using Bitcoin and says screw the US dollar? What happens then? What happens to silver and gold then? What's your high interest rates and QE and all that going to do if nobody's using that currency? So that's the big wrench in the wheel this time around. Besides the over crazy debt and the crazy spending, we shouldn't keep spending, but at some point, especially the younger generations, are going to just be like, screw the dollar. We're going to start buying. Because you almost already can buy anything with cryptos. Stormex, STMX is coming out with a crypto debit card. So you don't even have to have a bank account. You'll have a debit card. It switches your crypto into cash at the time of the transaction. So you don't even have to sell your crypto. And I just got stopped out on AUID, so don't know what I lost on that one. A little bit, not too much. Well, welcome. I'm trying to figure out your name. Oh, they're featuring MRIN on Fox Business. Yeah, that's gonna get some pops. But because a mainstream news channel is focusing on it right now, this could very easily turn into a dump. When mainstream media starts talking about it, that's usually when we started getting a pop. But this could very easily dump, because it could be a whole manipulated Wall Street hedge fund type of deal. And then they may let it run a little bit longer. But looking at this candle on the 1 minute right now, it's looking a little sketchy. April? Apfels? Apfel's nuts? I'm trying to pronounce your name. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that, but welcome to Framework Fortune. And yeah, we got a lot of content here on the channel, so appreciate you stopping by your first time, checking out the live stream day trading. Be sure to go check out all the other content. And I am not the only person on this channel. We got John Zadar and HH Trader with their content too. So plenty of content from the OTCs all the way up to high price stocks. We got it all. We got it all. You just call them these nuts? Nah, man, that's what I gotta call myself. I'm these nuts because my last name's McNutt. So. Yeah, appreciate that. And we have some debates and discussions in there too. Me and Nicholas having a good discussion there about silver. I just think we got on the wrong. We were arguing two different things. He's arguing short term, and I'm arguing long term. Good. I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate all the support. It means a lot. That's why I do this, is to build this community of traders and investors and have a network. And to have opportunities for people inside the community. Orlando, our young boy who's been learning he's been in the stream or been in the channel for the last 6 months, staying consistently talking to me and asking questions. He's now in charge of the Framework Fortune Instagram. H&H Trader, he's been a follower of the channel for like a year and a half, 2 years. Now he's on the channel. Went from being part of the community to being on the channel, making money. John Zadar, I've been friends with, been in his Facebook groups for a couple of years now. Now he's on the channel. One life, one chance. If you would ever stop being lazy and get on the damn channel, that would be another person. One life's been here for 2 years. So we're not only building a community where you can just find information. We're building a community and a network of opportunity. As the channel grows, there will be more opportunities for people to get in. I said it the other day, I'm still looking for a video editor. I would love to work with somebody within the community for a video editor. I need help. I need help editing videos. So anybody who's got those skills, who's got some extra time and wants to make a little extra money, hit me up. But this business is going to continue to grow wider and wider, and I'm going to need positions, and I would rather fill the positions with people in the community than outside of the community. Thank you. Appreciate that. And we also got the crypto channel too. If you like the cryptos, go check out Framework Fortune Crypto. a small little baby growing channel. See, BSQR starting to push up here. Some more. Testing that 550. If BSQR, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this downtrend because we don't need that anymore. And we don't need that anymore because it bounced way off of that support line. So if it can break 550, we could see it back up to 6, maybe 645. But it's getting about lunchtime, so we'll give the stream about 10-15 more minutes here. If anybody has any questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in, and then we'll call it a day. Real quick, I'm going to go take a quick breather because my eyes are starting to hurt staring at this screen. I have weak eyes. I have the eyes of a small baby possum, and too much sunlight hurts my eyes. For too much screen light for long times hurts my eyes. It's a really bad curse to have. It's a really bad curse to have, considering I'm staring at screens all day. So, but I'll be right back. You guys think about those questions if you got any, and we'll see what happens here in the last 15 minutes. I'll be right back. I look at there. What did I say about MRIN? What did I say? Once it gets to mainstream media, you start getting shenanigans. Same thing with AMC and GameStop. And MRIN could keep ripping, maybe over this week, maybe even more today. But at the moment, I bet a lot of traders hopped in there. AMC, AMC actually has a very big triangle on it. AMC is either getting ready to break out big or it's gonna drop really hard. One of the two. My money's on dropping really hard, but I don't know. There's a lot of people on AMC. Yeah, see, GameStop is just done pretty much. It's still slowly climbing, but this price is ridiculous for GameStop. But yeah, I guarantee some people was like, "Oh yeah, it's on Fox Business," and they hopped in there, and you see it's coming back down. It is trying to hold that support line, and it does have the 50-day there as well, so it could hold. It's still well, let's see. What am I on the 1 minute? Yeah, it's still bullish above all EMAs on the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, this looks terrible. Let's see, let's look at the 15 minute. Yeah, 15 minutes okay for now. But the 20 is all the way back down at 1050. So if it doesn't hold here, I would expect it back down to at least 11, maybe, probably 11. It is trying to hold so far. BSQR testing once again. After the silver debate, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. That's the other thing. See, they've got control of the futures of silver, right? But silver's dropping or whatever. But let's look at the silver stocks. Let's look at the gold and silver stocks. Actually, let me pop over to TradingView for that. I have the ones I like on TradingView. Back to TradingView. Bitcoin still holding above 36,000. And let's see here. Where are my precious metal stocks? Here we go. So, let's just go to the day chart. And you see, this is a platinum one. Platinum did drop here short term, but platinum's went sideways for a while, but starting to rebound. Just broke over this previous high back here, and that's some pretty strong resistance. But that's not even silver. That's just platinum. I'm looking at platinum. I'm not even looking at a stock. I wasn't even looking at a stock. There we go. So Fortuna dropping. A little head and shoulders on Fortuna, but it's about over with. DRD. See these guys? All these mostly are going to be on recent uptrends. That's a gold one. Uptrend. Fortuna. Uptrend. AG. Uptrend. Vel. Uptrend. Roscan Gold. This is a junior miner, so it's not going to move exactly like those, but Roscan is on an uptrend. NILSY, uptrend. NLOO, whatever that is, uptrend. GROY, uptrend. So all the silver stocks, all the gold stocks, all these precious metal stocks are on uptrends recently. They can't control the stocks. They can only control those silver short futures, and those silver short futures are only on paper. Futures, bonds, all of that. Futures and bonds are not something I really trade, but that is something that will hopefully we'll have somebody on the channel for soon. But I don't have any interest in trading those. So that's kind of a tricky question. You pretty much want to get as close to spot price as you can, and buying physical silver, you're going to be buying higher no matter what, because the premiums are going to be over spot price. Now, you said you saw 29 an ounce at a precious metal dealer near you or whatever. That's not bad, because just a couple of months ago, silver was around $26, $27 an ounce, but the premium was $10 to $15 over. So it's come back down some, because a lot of people, the stock market's going up. So while the stock market's going up, people are going to sell silver, just like Nicholas said. He sold his silver at that $30 high, made his profit. And, Nicholas, I'm sure you're probably trading stocks now, right? You're getting into stocks, or you're getting into cryptos. Same things happen in a lot of places, because those are coming up. And silver and gold are still slowly climbing, but short term, people want explosive growth, especially nowadays with all these meme stocks and meme coins, all that social media hype. Everybody's looking for big gains quick. So it's one of those things. If you're buying, I'm not saying go all in on silver either. I'm not all in on silver, but I have a decent part of my portfolio is some silver, gold, platinum, I think palladium. I think I have one little bit of palladium. But honestly, I'll probably never even sell them. I'm a precious metal junkie. I love seeing those little shiny pieces of metal. So even if they do shoot up in the short term, I probably still won't sell my silver and gold. I'm probably just going to continue to add to it, because silver and gold has been valuable the whole history of human beings. Like I said, the only thing that would change my mind on it is if when Elon goes to the moon and Mars and starts mining. When he starts playing Minecraft on the moon, then I'll get out of all the precious metals. Oh yeah, yeah. The market. I've been saying it. I've been saying it for a while now, and I will continue to say it. I don't care how much the market rebounds. Short term, it's still rebounding, but you look at the SPY, the S&P 500 on a max chart, and this is just insanity. This is that is crazy. This is a crazy run, especially since the COVID drop. The market's been going straight up since then. So Tower of Terror, Disney World, Tower of Terror. The higher it keeps pushing, the longer this fall is going to be. It's coming. The market can't just go straight up. It has to have corrections. And the last decent little correction was in September. And that really decent correction, a little bit better correction, was COVID, but they did not do anything to fix anything. all they did was started pumping money into the market, and that's why the market's going straight up. As soon as the Fed start announcing tapering, and they stop buying bonds and stocks, it's billions of dollars a month that's going to be a hole in the stock market. And when they do that, a lot of investors are going to jump ship, because who's going to fill that giant void every month that the Federal Reserve is currently filling? It's only a matter of time. Like, they're pushing it. It's continuing to push up. They're putting money into it, but the moment they stop, things are going to get a little sketchy, or a lot of sketchy. Well, the stock market crashing will only affect you if you're heavy into stocks. I'm cash right now. I don't have any stocks other than my Vino swing, because this market is getting too high up. Like, it's continuing to push, but looking at it on the daily chart, you can see these candles, the buying and selling. The candles are getting tighter and tighter and tighter. They're getting smaller and smaller. We had nice candles back here, couple little doji indecisions, but this little run that we've had out of this recent little drop, I mean, these candles are tiny. That's 4 days in a row of tiny, tiny candles. What does the SPY look like right now on the intraday? Yeah, SPY's coming down right now on the intraday, down to the 20-day, but it can continue to run right now. Ooh. Commerce Department to begin requiring aluminum import license. Check out Money Metal Reviews real quick. I can do that. Or look over it real quick and look at the silver prices. Let's see. Let's go to... we'll just go to 1 ounce silver bars. It's kind of the... Yeah, so they're $5.49 over the premium. So yeah, if you're getting it at 29, this is secondary. That's probably the cheapest. Yeah, that's going to be the cheapest of the bars there. So prices really haven't changed. Let's see if they got any of these bullets in. These were yeah, see, these silver bullets, man, they have been sold out for so long. People are ready to kill werewolves. Like, there's a lot of people out there. Right now, get a free 90% silver $half on your order of 500, so that's not bad. Let's see. Walk in Liberty, $half. Let's see what we got there. That's a little bit more expensive. That's $8 over premium. Where's the rounds on this one? Buffaloes are 29. Let's see, these are the cheapest ones. The buffalo heads are always the cheapest ones. So even them, they're $4.79 over premium, so they're at $30.67. Let's check, what's that site? What's the other one? I'm blanking out. Their sell to us price though is $27.38. What is the other one I use? Oh yeah, VIXY, definitely H&H Trader. There's Hal, everybody. H&H Trader has joined the live stream. He must be done trading for the day. I mean, I could look at the 100-ounce bars. It is cheaper. I mean, $3.69 over premium. The more quantity you buy, the better discount you're going to get. So I mean, it is a little cheaper over the premium for sure. It's a cheaper premium, but it's only it's $1 premium difference. Like it's 3.89 over the premium, where the Buffalo Head is 4 something, 4.79. And actually, if you buy just as many Buffalo Heads as you would the bar, you're getting almost the same deal for the Buffalo Heads. What is that other website? I cannot remember that other website to save my life. So MRIN, okay, so on the 15-minute MRIN, it's trying to hold. When does this close? Okay, this candle's fixing to close in a minute. So if it closes green, it could possibly start ripping again. If it closes red below that support line, then it's going to drop. But you're basically getting some indecision here still. Looks like, see, 8 seconds for this candle to close. If it can close over the top of this red candle body at 1340, okay, so it closed there. So possibly could start running. It's holding up that support. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember, Elvis. I can't remember the name of it right now. That's what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to reach back in my brain knowledge. It's like right on the top of the tip of my tongue too, because I've used it so much. Oh God, what is it? Money. I'll just Google it. Or maybe no. Go away, Yahoo. Somehow, yeah. Oh God, that dragon scared me. That's a weird looking dragon. Precious metals. APMEX. That's what it is. That's what it is. I remembered it as I was Googling it. Yeah, there we go. APMEX. Boom. Let's go to silver. Let's go to silver rounds. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Go back. View all products. So APMEX has got, get out of here. Got the Buffalo's $29.80, same price pretty much. Hey, look at there. John Wick 1 ounce silver. Hey, I might have to get me a John Wick coin. That's a 10,000th Buffalo. So yeah, they're still out of a few coins. What is going on in that one? I might have to blur that out on YouTube. That's dirty. Temptation of the Succubus, man. They ain't playing. These are 2 ounces. Interesting. They're out of the 4th ounce secondary market. Yeah, they're still out of some stuff. Ooh, is that a real King Tut? Is this a... Let's see. Okay. No, it's not a real one. But that is a cool looking one. I like old historical looking ones like that. How much are them boys? $10? $10? What is it? A 4th ounce? Look at them charging more for crypto. See, this right here is another thing that is why I'm bullish on crypto. All the precious metal sites, including Peter Schiff, the ultimate anti-crypto guys, accepting crypto for gold and silver. And that's why I keep thinking it may be different this time. Gold and silver may fall down as cryptos may take their place. But yeah, AppMex is the other one there for you, Elvis. But yeah, man, if you want to talk more about silver and stuff, you can just hit me up. Like I said, hit me up on IG, framework_fortune. I'm not extremely active on there, but Orlando's posting videos for us. But I will be able, I can discuss things there, or you can email me. If you email me, we'll figure out another way to discuss things, because email sucks for discussing. Because I get too many emails. I have like 8 emails, and all of them get crazy stuff all the time, and I miss emails. So the MRIN still trying to hold up that support. Everything just kind of going sideways. AUUD selling off a little bit there. But AUUD, I mean, it made its run. This was the run I was looking for on the swing, for it to pop all the way up there. So good look in there. Let's see how Vino's doing. Vino's just chilling again. Vino's just hanging out. I'm all good with that. So we'll see what happens with Vino later in the day. Collecting long swimmingly. Oh, are you thinking it's going to crash too? HH Trader, is that what you're saying? It's collecting these longs to get ready to drop on them? Or are you saying it's collecting longs as it's going to pop? Is it collecting the souls of the longs? It's consolidating right now. That's all it's doing. It's just consolidating. I asked you 2 questions and you said yes, sir, to it. Now, how am I supposed to know what the answer is? So hard to talk to people in this live stream chats. Because I can... Oh, it's about to slaughter everybody? Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. So H&H Trader agrees with me. Like I said, man, once things start hitting mainstream media and social media, it gets real sketchy. You don't want to be... That's the worst thing about all these people on Reddit and Wall Street Bets, and some of them are making money, but you're getting a lot of new traders in these places, and everybody's saying buy and hold, and they're buying at the tops of these stocks. Like that, you can't buy and hold at the top of a chart that looks like this. Like MRIN, more than likely, I mean, it's way off of the 20-day. You see the 20-day is way down here at 535, so the 20-day is always going to act like a magnet. It's got to get back down close to there sometime, or it's got to catch up with this price. But right now it's way above. So, and the SPY is starting to turn around. Ooh, we might turn red on the SPY today. It's trying to hold that 20-day, but this is kind of a nasty looking curl over here. No, I wouldn't say never buy over the 20-day. I mean, you definitely want stocks that are over all the indicators, all the EMAs, because then they're bullish. But you don't want to buy. You want to buy right around the 20-day in the support area. Like you don't want to buy. Like you don't want to buy XELA way up here at 619 when the 20-day was way back down here. That's too far off. It acts like a magnet. It's gonna and you see, the price pulled all the way back down to the 20-day, and then it even dropped more. But that's once you get these big rips, that's just it's sketchy. I don't like getting them. Like I might day trade something that's way up here like this for a quick trade, like I attempted to on XELA, but it didn't work out. And then even on AUD, I jumped back in AUD again. Actually, I jumped in AUD twice. I jumped in it here, and I got a quick little profit out of that pop and pop at the beginning of the market, and then I took that loss on the Charles Schwab account, that small loss. But I swung AUD originally from 335 all the way up to this 7 something. But yeah, you don't like. This is not a chart that you want to be looking to get in right now. Something that is Grom. Well, see, Grom's a little bit off the 20-day, but it just started going bullish. It just had the 20-day crossover right there, crossover all the EMAs. So buying off of the 20-day here at 331, that would have been a nice entry, or even down here closer. But yeah. But alright guys, oh yeah, and back to what I was saying real quick before I end the stream. The new traders going to Reddit, Wall Street Bets, all of that. That is not what I want here at Framework Fortune. I don't want a bunch of pumping and these crazy social media plays. Like, I'm not playing off of social media. I'll keep an eye on social media, what they're all looking at, but I'm not going to be jumping in anything that they're hyping up. Once, like I said, once it gets to social media, it's usually too late. So UEC, that's the uranium stock. So we have cracked below the 100-day a little bit, 20 crossing over the 50. But you do got some strong support at 250. If 250 can hold up as support, then it should turn around and start coming back up. If 250 cracks, the 200-day is next at 225, 227. So, let's see, do they have any bad PR or something? I don't see any bad PR. With this administration, uranium could take a hit because For some reason, they don't understand that nuclear power plants are actually cleaner energy than most other things. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but the windmills that they use for collecting wind energy have to have oil to lube the blades and the things so they can rotate. So even though it's supposed to be clean energy, it still uses carbon oil to operate. So they might, they could, the uranium stuff could get hit a little bit, but I'll just look for USC to hold up 250. If it holds up 250, it'll probably continue to climb. But all right, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta get some food in my tum. So we'll be back tomorrow for some more live stream trading. We'll see how everything ends up today in the last strip episode later tonight. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.